Hello and welcome everyone to a new episode of Let's Chat, where today I want to focus on review scores. Now, the thing is, review scores I'm not a big fan of. The whole point of a review score, your quick look, it's got a 7, it's an average game. And then, you go away, you decide what to play, just based purely on the score. Now, I've never been a big fan of review scores. Back when I was reviewing games constantly, I always hated that one number really just makes everything you've written completely obsolete. If someone reads that you've given something a 7, like I just said, most people these days, at least from people I've spoken to, will go, oh, that seems like an average game, maybe I won't pick it up. But a 7 is good. A 7 is a good score, and a 7 could be another person's 8, another person's 9, a 10. It ends up completely just disregarding everything you've written above the score, and that's where people will head right away. Now, to be honest, these days, people are moving away. People are constantly needing information as quick as possible. They don't usually go reading a 1,000-word review, or even a 500-word review these days. It's a very minor section of the public that actually do. Running a website and seeing the statistics behind how many people click, how many people stay there, how many people actually read the entire thing, you can actually see that that's just simply the way it is these days. People want information quick, and that's where sites like Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes have come along. They give you that. They grab all the scores, they average it out, they give you this quick summary of what the game is. I'm still not a big fan of scores. I can understand why they're necessary, and if you've noticed on reviews that I've done, either written recently or in video form, I don't give review scores. Now, in the future, I'm hoping to get that to change, but it won't be a typical review score, because in my mind, I think there's really 3 sort of sections to really sum up a game or not. My review score that I'm sort of looking at, that I will probably put in because I know people want that stuff, is buy now, which essentially means this game. It's awesome. Go buy it. Don't bother waiting for a price drop or anything like this. This is a must play. You must go and play this. The second option would be a price drop. Simply, it's a good game. I highly recommend it, but I would just wait. Hold off your money. It's probably not worth the price that it is now, but if you just hold off a little bit, you'll get it for a decent price, more in line with what the actual end product is. Now, the third option I would simply just say is just don't buy. It's not a good game. I can't recommend it. I wouldn't go and spend your hard-earned money on it. They're the 3 sections I'm looking to possibly incorporate into my reviews. Just because, as I said, even though I personally don't love review scores, and I don't like handing them out, just because, as I said, I can give a 6 to something, which I do think is, 5 is the average. It's above average. 6 is above average, but these days, you give something a 6, it's probably not going to be looked at really in comparison to 8s, 9s, 10s, which is fair enough, but as I said, everyone's got their own opinion, so if I'm giving something a 6, there's a fair chance you may play this and go, this is a 7 or 8. I don't know what that guy is talking about. And that's fair enough. For instance, Remember Me. Now, this is a game on PS3 that I think I gave a 7 or roundabouts there, and it had some good stuff going for it, and I really enjoyed it. But it also had some problems, and that's why I gave it a 7. It's not quite in that 8s or whatever, but if you were to play it, there's a fair chance you may overlook these things. It may be an 8. It may be a 9 to you. And that's that sort of grey ground that we get with review scores, and that's what happens when people just don't read them, and they'll just base their entire opinion on the review scores. I know big review sites like IGN and everything like that have something going, why did you give this an 8? It's clearly a 9, and it's such a meaningless thing, really. It's just a score. The meaning is in that body of text, and that's what I personally think is the best. If you really want to know what the reviewer's trying to say, read the text. Simple as that. That was just a quick topic I wanted to touch on review scores, and like I said, there may be changes in just how I label games in terms of their scores in the end. Those are the 3 sort of categories I'm playing with at the moment, but I'd love to get your feedback on what you think of the buy now, price drop, and don't buy ideas of adding to my videos. Otherwise, I'd love to hear your opinion on review scores. Do you find them handy? Are you a big fan of them? Do you actually spend time and read reviews these days? Or do you just want to know what the score is? You want a quick dot points of if a game's good and you want to go out and buy the game? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. And like I said, the whole point of Let's Chat is to chat about these topics. So let me know just below what you think. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching me, and as always, keep on gaming.